Hi guys, I'm Zoran, DuckDAO's Chief Marketing Officer, and this is 26 Questions with the Ducks.
Hi Zoran, thank you so much for fitting our 26 questions interview into your busy schedule.
It's quite a pleasure. I mean, a partnership with MEXC and having the pleasure to speak with you today, it's definitely an honor. So it's definitely not a problem.
Cool, let's get this started. What made DuckDAO build this project and what's the goal DuckDAO wants to achieve with this project?
So one of the reasons why DuckDAO was originally an idea to begin with was because many of the early stage opportunities for investing were locked behind doors and most people could not reach them. And we saw this as an issue because crypto and blockchain is about decentralization, it's about opportunity. And we saw that these opportunities were being locked away for institutions and for high net worth individuals. So DuckDAO was created in a way to provide opportunity for investors who don't have the connections, who don't have that much money, but still they want to participate. And that's the idea behind DuckDAO.
What other problems your project is solving that other projects aren't capable of solving?
That's a great question. And it's really the same as the idea behind DuckDAO. At least at the time, now it's a bit different, but at the time there was nobody else who was trying to solve early stage investment opportunities. And now we're also dealing with public stage, and we keep expanding and improving our product to bring value to our pool of customers. So I would say our real ethos is about early stage investing, and we try to help people who are looking at crypto as a way to get their capital working, to find the best possible opportunities.
How has the experience and background of your team been effective in the success of your project so far?
It's definitely been effective. I mean, it's very challenging what we've achieved in this year. We celebrated our birthday a few weeks ago, and we've had over 70 partnerships. We had 4 product launches. We've had 2 tokens. We've had 150,000 community members. And this growth was created on the back of everybody on the team. And as a result, we've faced many challenges, crises, and without the experience of working in crypto and working with crypto projects, we would never have made it so far.
Does DuckDAO have any technology partners? Tell us about the development program. What have you used, or do you only plan to use DuckDAO?
This is a good question. We at DuckDAO are in the middle between the public and private projects while they are still in their infancy. So we do create a lot of our technology by ourselves, but that doesn't mean that we don't have partners. Partners are very, very valuable, and we appreciate them a lot because they help us. For example, we have security audit firms who are partnered with us, who help us understand if we have any security flaws or issues with our contracts before they get users, which is very important in crypto, especially if you are protecting millions worth of assets. We also have marketing partners, other technology partners. Definitely, it's beyond useful to have these.
Can you explain about the 2 tokens in DuckDAO, which are DLP Duck Token and DuckDAO DIM DDIM? What is the utility of both these tokens?
Yeah, absolutely. So DDIM, the one that is currently trading on MEXC, that's for pre-sales, that's for private investments, for seed capital. It's used to gate a community. So holders who have the tokens, they get access to our community and potentially access to deal flow. Well, Duck, on the other hand, it's used for public sale projects. This is through our Duck Starter platform, and KYC is usually required. There are no or very small vesting periods, and also allocation sizes are smaller compared to DDIM.
What real benefits can I get with holding and staking the DDIM tokens?
The real benefits for holding the DDIM tokens are access to our membership pool. And we are currently working on developing staking tool that is actually, it's not really a staking tool. It will help users hold DDIM and get DDIM rewards through our partner ETHBox. And this is a development that's in the making for a while now, but we don't want to push everything that fast. Our priority is to be secure, but we also want to reward our users. So anybody of the ducks watching, there'll be something coming up soon.
Your project launch was during the COVID pandemic. Did it affect the project in any way? How were you and your team able to overcome that situation?
So yes, it was launched during the COVID pandemic. However, the community is much older. The community that was based, that DuckDAO was based on, is old, maybe 2 or 3 years. So we already had a head start in gaining the community, but we've experienced explosive growth during this period, and COVID did actually help us because it caused many people to be at home, many people to become more interested in crypto than they were before. And I think it really led to the big buildup of value in the crypto industry in the early 2021. So I would say it affected us positively. The team is all working remotely. We've all been either freelancers or we are used to the fact that we work remotely. We work with people we don't see. We work sometimes with people that we've never met, and this is normal. Welcome to crypto.
Southeast Asia is a very vibrant market and many projects developed here. So what do you think about Southeast Asia, and do you have any plans to develop over here?
Yes, absolutely. We have a lot of partners who are currently on the ground helping us find and discover projects in Asia in general. At the same time, we're working with Asian-based markets such as MEXC, with whom we created a partnership recently. And that is definitely helping us make a push. We think that the Asian market is very strong and that there is great value to be found there.
Which blockchains DuckDAO will be able to support in the future for cross-chain incubation?
We are always looking at what's the next best thing. We are very agnostic when it comes to blockchains, whether it's Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, Avalanche, Solana, OKX, whatever chain it may be, we want to be on it. We want to be able to support it. Naturally, this requires a bit of patience because we have to make sure whatever we do is safe for the users in the end. And the development process always takes time, and always takes more time than you planned.
What is the plan to ensure sufficient liquidity on exchanges to fill market orders, especially as adoption increases and clients begin multiplying year over year for your project?
I hope that we have more liquidity issues, to be honest, because our 1.5 million of tokens is not enough to sustain a large investor base. But we don't want it to get too large as well. At this point, we think that demand will be the driving factor over, who is preferring to invest and who is preferring just to capitalize on the DDIM gains, if any. But in the short term, of course, we are working closely with market makers to make sure there is sufficient liquidity to satisfy demands for our exchange partners.
While you build your project, do you take into account community feedback and demands?
Absolutely, yes. This is super important, especially for the public sales platform, DuckStarter, which uses the Duck token. But even in general, if a user has good community, if they are polite, if a user has good feedback, and if they are polite, and if they have a good idea, that's more than welcome for us, because we don't work for us, we work for our users, and their experience is something that I deeply care about.
There is a burning of tokens if the stake token is withdrawn earlier in Duck Starter. Is this mechanism done to prevent the dumping of stake tokens?
Yes. We don't want people coming and going. We want people to give us a chance, because only after a few IDOs can we actually get any useful feedback. For the first time the user comes, he will usually not be able to participate, or maybe be able to participate, and luck is involved. So we want to see how the system performs over time, and this really helps us.
NFT is really trending this year. Do you have any plans to develop your own NFT? What do you think about it?
Actually, we've already had an NFT collectible game. It was called DuckDAO Hunters, and the winner got $100,000 in prizes. And we also gave out 100,000 extra prizes to other winners, so like second, third, and fourth place. And this was an interesting experiment. And we are currently looking into a generative art, and to see if we can come up with a duck-based character that would be interesting for the duck community and beyond to mint and have fun with. And we're also looking at the broader spectrum of NFTs. They are definitely exciting, and we want to explore them to find not only the best project, but also maybe even develop some of our own.
Can you explain what are the criteria for selecting a project for incubation in DuckDAO?
There are many criteria, and most importantly is there a market fit? Who else has invested? Who is the team? Are they competent? Do they have a track record? And there is no formula that can help us. It's really subjective, and it's about trying to predict the future in a way. So the criteria is varied, and I'm pretty sure I'm not helping the person that asked the question, but just give it a shot. Apply. If you're a product owner, apply, reach out to us, and maybe we respond, maybe we don't, but give yourself a chance.
What is the marketing strategy adopted by DuckDAO to increase the number of startup projects incubating in DuckDAO?
It's very, very simple. We do excellent work, and that's the marketing strategy, because most of our projects come through referrals, and we prefer that this way. And actually, to even go back to the previous question, the best way you can fulfill the criteria is just be referred by somebody else that we've worked with, that we trust, and you skip ahead of the line. Because referrals are such a powerful tool, and we utilize this by creating great relationships with our partners, with our projects, with our community, and we are always there, always active, always engaging, always helping, always supporting, always trying to find the best solution for them and whatever problem they're facing.
What makes DDIM stand out from other projects? How can DDIM broaden your community and remain sustainable?
We are not really worried about broadening our community. DuckDAO, DDIM, and Duck tokens, they're not for everybody. What we are worried about is how do we communicate in a proper way so that the people who we are for, they can recognize that. And this is such a difficult thing to achieve, but we are constantly improving our messaging and our marketing to make sure that if a user joins DuckDAO, they will at first know what is happening. They will know that there are consequences at times, for example, like staking and unstaking. And these are some of our goals, that we don't want people to be frustrated. We don't want people to feel as if they've lost something. We want them to understand. But this is also very difficult to achieve, because in crypto, people don't have a lot of patience. They have to move fast because the industry moves fast. So this is almost a requirement. So our challenge is, how do we explain what is DuckDAO and DDIM and Duckstarter and the Duck Farm and burning and whitelisting in less than 5 seconds? And that's almost impossible, but maybe we make it.
How secure is your platform to use? Have you done audits of smart contracts? What security measures are adopted from bugs of smart contract and hacking?
All right, yeah, I think they're extremely secure. We haven't had any issues with loss of funds at all. We take everything that is possible to secure, to mitigate risks for ourselves and our users, because this is such a big thing. At times there are up to millions. I mean, it's such a big thing on a small scale. You know, in the macro scale, 10 millions, maybe it's not that much. But then when you think about what it could mean to a project if it lost this capital, it's definitely a lot. It's incredible and important because of the big dangers there are. And we use all of our partners. We track every update. We make sure that we walk slowly. We walk carefully. We don't make rapid changes.
How is DuckDAO different from other DAO? What features make DuckDAO a hard competitor to other incubators?
All right, so beginning, this question has two parts. First is DAOs, then is incubations. Let's answer DAOs first. DuckDAO governance is earned. It's not, you cannot buy this. And we work quite open, actually. We have a lot of public. It is a sort of a private DAO. I'm not sure, you know, we're not really competing with other DAOs, to be honest. But incubation, on the incubation side, we also don't really compete a lot, but when we do, we compete to win, because we bring on the table a lot of people who are really engaged and really active in crypto, who help the project. So it's basically like when you work with DuckDAO, it's like working with 4,000 plus micro influencers, and that can be really powerful.
Where can I buy your tokens right now? Will you have any other DeFi features like staking, yield farm, or NFT in the future?
You can buy our tokens on MEXC and also on the DEXs and other centralized exchanges. DeFi features we are planning. Definitely staking is coming for DDIM. There is currently staking in the Duck farm. Just ask in Telegram, we'll direct you. Where you can earn some yield. And NFTs are definitely on the radar, as you covered this before.
What are your future goals?
We want to become the best incubator, decentralized incubator. We want to create as much possible value. We want to grow our team steadily. We want to bring the right people on board. And we want to help transform the crypto industry by finding and funding the best projects.
Oh, all right. That was the last question that we had. Thank you so much for answering 20 questions from the community. Now it is your turn to ask our fans 6 questions. Do you have the 6 questions ready?
Yes, I do. And thank you for your hosting. This has been amazing. You are very kind, and thanks to all of the community who sent their questions. Our questions are as follows. So we have 6. I'm gonna read a little bit because, you know, hope you don't mind. So question number 1, how many projects are on DuckDAO's portfolio as of September 28th? Question 2, how many partners does DuckDAO have as of September 28th? Question 3, how many tokens does the DuckDAO ecosystem have? Question 4, how many community members does DuckDAO have in the DuckDAO lobby on Telegram? And question 5, what are the DuckDAO group membership requirements? And we have one more question. Question 6, how to join DuckDAO?
Awesome session. Thank you for your questions. We hope you guys like the interview session with Zoran. For fans whose questions are selected, please claim your rewards as per instructions in the description box below. And for those who want to participate and win DuckDAO tokens, simply answer the 6 questions that Zoran had asked, comment your answers in the comment section below, and we will pick 6 lucky winners. Thank you so much for coming onto our show, Zoran. Till the next time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Bye!
Bye. Thanks a lot, Jasmine.